Good morning, everybody. It is about 6:23 Saturday morning. This is going to be some interval days, but it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going out with the team. The team is going to go do Humphreys, Snowmen, and around Ashland. I am going to do my maximal efforts on various risers and climbs. Some of them are going to be maybe a couple hundred feet. Others are going to be more like a mile, like maybe Snowman. I may get dropped when I let's see, sorry guys. I may get dropped when after an effort I dial back a lot and they're just going hard, and that'll be fine. If I go out to Humphreys and then back, that's fine. If I go around with them, that's fine too. This probably will be my last hard workout. On Monday in the morning I may go do some small intervals, but I think maybe not. So we'll see how it goes. There's some people riding up now. Getting some people coming up here. So we're just talking about the smoke out there. I don't know if you guys can see it with this camera.
What smoke?
But it's yeah, what smoke? But it's blowing a little bit that way, and so we think we're going to be okay. If it gets too smoky like it was the other day, I'm going to come on back. But I'm hoping it should be okay.
I started riding, I thought.
Wear a glass kit? No bottle. Oh, no bag there.
I've ridden with Brent. There's still a bag there.
So you guys are all ready? It's 6:30. This particular training format worked out quite nicely for me. After I would do a max efforts, max interval on a climb like what's coming up here on bubblegum. You see us coming? You see us riding? Often some of my teammates or all those that were on the ride would just scream on by, and then I'd have to dig in with them after the interval and recover under stress. This produced that race day simulation that I was looking for on this ride. So right now we've already started up. The wattage is about 340 watts. I'm starting to move up a little past Ken there. We call Ken the Colonel. He's a colonel in the Air Force. And I am right next to Zach, and actually trying to go past him. He doesn't want me to go past him. And so this is good. This is putting me on the edge and forcing me to work even harder. Now, as well as you see Zach riding today, he has not been riding as consistently. I think he's been getting ready for triathlons. He has school and he has a new job, and he still comes out here and rides strongly. I was glad he was out here today. Finally, he pulls off. And I'm holding wattage close to where I was on his wheel. This whole video is going to be mostly the segments where I did the maximum efforts. There's a few segments in here that I've missed, actually a couple big ones, but it gives you an idea of how many intervals that I've done throughout this training ride. Wearing Glassman's uniform over there, you see both of them there. That's Brent, and up ahead is Mike Brown. This is a kit that Brent Majors for Major League Glass has produced. This is a good looking kit. So I gave everything for that effort, and then I settled back in, and the wattage is still in the high 200s. So as you can see, we're still on bubblegum. My wattage is now in the mid to high 300s and just hanging on to these guys. What you didn't see earlier, well actually you did see earlier, I had driven to the start location, but when we took off really fast. There was no warm-up involved. We just shot out of the cannon. In my prep for Masters Nationals, the Off the Front racing team has been a great team to work with. A lot of strong riders, stronger than me, and they just push me. And fortunately, they were very patient with my training schedule and participated in it. And sometimes you need to just train by yourself. Other times, training with teammates will get you the best results. It's finding the right mix. You got to have that good training plan. They were making jokes earlier in the ride on who's skinnier, me or Zach. I've been maintaining 157 for a couple weeks now. My power obviously is good for the 60-year-old guy. And it looks like we're about to top out on bubblegum, and we'll be off to the next segment forthwith. Okay, so I cut out the video. What's happening here is I'm talking, you can't hear me, but what I'm telling you is that we are doing a regroup right here, and during our efforts on the bubblegum. So now we're on the next section. This is Old Millerton Road. We've already obviously descended and going up the first riser up here. They put in another, this is a small effort obviously, and it's going well into the 400s, close to 450. So what you're going to see in the next few segments are the various climbs along Old Millerton Road. And you can see here that I'm doing a 300 to 300 and a half. Now down a little lower, still down a bit, just being on these guys' wheels. So as the text says there, we're hitting the mid part of Old Millerton Road, and we're going to be trying to beat each other going up to the top of the hill right there. And again, in front of me, that is the Colonel. That's Ken there. He's like 135, so that's going to be about a 20-pound difference to me. All these guys are doing great, and here I am doing 500 plus, trying to stay with them, and I think that's Brent right there, right in front of me. We are bagging it out over the rollers that are heading toward 168. If you look up ahead in the sky, you can see all the smoke there. We noticed the smoke, and we were getting concerned about the quality of the air over there. We also can look up above us and see that even though the wind at ground level was heading toward the west, up above it was going back over, heading toward the east, up above it was going over toward the west. So we decided to, at the end of at 160 Milton Road on 168, we turned back, and our plan was to now go over to Friant, over Broken Bridge, and then into the back of Millerton, and that's the direction we're headed into now. There's a lot of smaller intervals, big efforts, where again I'm just hanging on for dear life once they come by me, that have already happened. So at this point we're crawling back up to Albury Road. As you can see, All those efforts are starting to wear on me. So now we're on Woogie, and this is going to be about a 1 mile effort for me. The tandem that you saw us pass, we met them at a Millerton store. That was the Rooters, Terry and Lynn Rooter, and they were with another tandem, and that was Chris and Nick Lusich. So we actually saw them. No, they were heading out to 168. We told them about that, so then they turned in our direction. So they're somewhere behind us now. So yeah, previously I spoke about Zach, and now I'm behind Ken here. And you can see that I've been holding 450 watts or so, trying to hold up to stay up with him, and now he's just pulling away from me. Nothing I could do. He's just pulling away. I'm standing now trying to get to 500, but being this close to him is a good thing, but then there he goes. I just died out. Excellent training. We have another big effort coming up. This is on the back side of the dam hill. We're passing by Millerton Lake, and here you see 400s, 500s. I'm trying to stay away from these guys. I'm sure someone's on my wheel. I'm not even looking back right now. And here's the 18th big effort, and this is a big one. This has always been a tough one for me, the Broken Bridge. My intent is to try and stay away from the others, get to the top before they do, but I don't know. Getting closer, but nope, there goes Ken. And he is just flying by. Oh, and Big Mike too, Brent. And I'm still holding 300 to 350 watts. Steve Decker. At least I'm on their wheel still. So that's that. Go hard, recover under hard conditions, and then go again. Can't do this without quality training partners. We had a few more efforts along the way, but now we're on the backside of Millerton. This is the first climb, first major climb. So I just passed up Zach, and my intent is to get to the top before anyone else does. Now, one good thing to note is that my hamstrings were still feeling it from Thursday's workout. And to not be 100%, maybe like 95%, and still be able to do the workout that I did today, I'm very pleased as to where I am. I can't hear anybody behind me. I don't know who's behind me, and I don't care. I'm just going to go as hard as I can. If anyone's there, it'll be either the Colonel or Zach. I'm maybe a third of the way or 40% of the way up right now. This is ordinarily is about a 3 to 4 minute hill. As I'm watching this along with you, I'm just looking at those wattages. And looks like it was Zach. Let's see what I could do. There's the finish up ahead. Right now I'm just standing and sprinting as hard as I can. Finish line is the driveway right there where those guys are. So now we are going toward the recreational area at the backside of Millerton. I think that's the Colonel and Mike Brown up ahead. And I'm making an effort to get up to them. Another climb, another attack. What this type of workout also does is give you repeatability. The ability to repeat heart attacks over and over again. The time between attacks also goes down. I always tell my beginning clients that everybody rides around with a lactic acid bucket, or lactate bucket. The more the bucket fills with lactic acid, the less you have room to be able to do extra stuff like answer attacks or even go on an attack. Look at the smoke up there. You see how it's drifted over the overhead and over toward the west. Fortunately, it hasn't come down to us during this ride. Now I believe this is a long climb that's going toward the top of the first climb that we showed earlier. This is the backside of it. So back to the bucket. When you're at race pace, a person that's in form will have maybe 10 or 15% of their bucket filled with lactic acid. The one that's not in form, that race pace will be about, let's say, 85-90%. Now, the person that has 15% filled with lactic acid, that person can go on an attack. His lactic acid will get up to 50% and then quickly filter out. And he'll be able to go and do another attack or answer an attack, go on a counter. While that first person that's not in shape has that 85% lactic acid filled bucket, then when they go and attack, it'll go to maybe 99%, and it won't filter out as quickly. And then when there's another surge that happens, and that may take them over the edge, then they'll be off the back. It's all about training that your system to produce less lactic acid or lactate. This is the same hill we've had attacks, counters. I went to the edge, and now I'm crawling back up, and I'm chasing Ken again. I'm going to try and pass him, but he's not letting me pass him. So it's all down to the final sprint, to the top. As I'm standing sprinting, you can see he's pedaling faster. And there's the glass man, sneaks up behind me. A rope-a-dope trick. Well, that was my last workout before Nationals. I may take my cross bike and do a small ride around the neighborhood tomorrow, maybe even tonight a little bit, but that was it. Ready to rest, and I'll be taking off Monday afternoon, staying in Rockland, and again driving 10 hours Tuesday. Hope to get there by mid-afternoon on Tuesday. And then Wednesday I'm going to go check out the road race course, warm up a little bit, and then Thursday is going to be the road race national championships. Friday is a day off, and Saturday morning is going to be the Nationals crits. Should be done by about 10:30. Go back to the motel and clean up and rest a little bit, and then driving for about 3.5 hours to Elko, Nevada. Stay there overnight, and then get up super early, and hope to be back home by probably late afternoon Sunday. So I'm feeling good. A lot more massage. I'm going to do a lot of massage and just taking care of myself. Definitely not overeating. I've been able to, as I said in the video earlier, maintain 157 for about a couple weeks now. Things are going good, looking trim enough. Of course, I'd like to be a little lighter, but I'm good right now. So thank you for listening. If you like the video, please hit like down below. If you have any questions or comments, please list those below. And I'll be sending some videos and posts during my trip. Until later.